I think it's going to be up to truly which BJ Saunders shows up. I think he's a very unique guy, and we never know what we are going to get from him when he steps into the ring. I think he has a really good arsenal with the southpaw stance, one that will give Lemieux a lot of trouble, but he hasn't shown up in fights before. He has been getting hit with shots that typically he wouldn't get hit with. I'm thinking Saunders is going to come out with a win by decision unless Lemieux can get one of those lucky shots. Stylistically, I don't see Lemieux being able to keep up with that style. I was actually going to go to Montreal to be ringside and spectate for that fight because I want to be live and active and let these guys know that I'm here and that I want to be able to fight. We are all with the same network, so I think that it makes sense since for the winner of BJ Saunders and Lemieux to fight me, because Triple G and Canelo are already making plans to fight each other. Nothing else makes sense in my opinion. Those are the words of Danny Jacobs. He's picking Billy Joe Saunders to beat David Lemieux, as am I. I think Billy Joe Saunders wins this fight, and I'll get into more of that in just a second. But first of all, I have to correct a mistake that I made in my previous video about this fight. I said that Billy Joe Saunders Lemieux was a voluntary defense for Billy Joe Saunders. It's not. It's actually a mandatory. I don't know how I made that mistake, how this information managed to escape me. I'm not sure, but yeah, David Lemieux is indeed the mandatory challenger for Billy Joe Saunders. Curiously, he's not even ranked #1 in the WBO middleweight rankings. Canelo's ranked #1. Lemieux's ranked #2. Somehow Lemieux's the mandatory. You tell me how that works out. You tell me how that makes sense, because I can't make head nor tail of it. Anyway, as far as this Billy Joe Lemieux fight, there's a couple of things here which are potential issues for Billy Joe. One is the officiating in Canada. The judges, the ref, that's a concern for me. It always is when you're fighting away from home, anywhere really. And the other concern for me is the jet lag. Billy Joe's not a guy who's used to traveling overseas. The difference between the UK and Montreal in terms of time, it must be like 6 or 7 hours. So it's a fair time difference. Some people adjust to fighting in a different time zone better than others. I don't know how long Billy Joe's been out in Canada or in the States, wherever he's been. I hope he's been out there for a good long while to give his body time to adjust to the time difference. I hope so, because then it won't, or it shouldn't be an issue. But if he's just flying in like the week before the fight, I'm a little concerned about that. I think a lot of fighters don't even realize how much of a difference jet lag can make. And some people don't even realize they're jet lagged and how long it takes for the effects of jet lag to wear off. So that's one thing that concerns me, and as I say, the officiating. But if none of that stuff gets in the way, I expect Billy Joe Saunders to outbox David Lemieux. Lemieux is a big puncher, as we know. Yes, he's got an impressive highlight reel of KOs, especially his last big KO over Curtis Stevens, all right, put the guy to sleep. But he's got terrible balance, David Lemieux. In order for him to be able to throw those big, powerful punches, he needs you to be standing right in front of him. Billy Joe Saunders is not going to do that. Billy Joe Saunders is going to stay on the move. He's going to use his jab. He's going to use that backhand, the left hand. Does Billy Joe have enough power to get Lemieux's respect? I suspect that he does, but we won't know. You know, people are going to say, no, he don't. Curtis Stevens couldn't get his respect. Yeah, but Curtis Stevens was inside David Lemieux's wheelhouse. You know, if you're fighting a guy like Billy Joe who can make you miss and make you pay on a regular basis, when he makes you pay, is he hurting you? Is he stinging you? You know, is he making you think, okay, I can't take too many chances here because those counters are starting to get to me? Does Billy Joe Saunders have that kind of power? If he does, this could be a pretty comfortable win for him. If he doesn't, it's going to be more of a rough fight. And Lemieux's going to take more chances. Poor balance or not, he's going to swing for the fences, maybe from long range, get wild, and hope to hit something. So we'll see how it goes. But my prediction stays the same. I'm taking Billy Joe Saunders to win this fight on points against this mandatory challenger, David Lemieux. Yes, in Canada. All right, I hope he gets a fair crack at the whip in terms of officiating. But I'm taking Billy Joe. I think he's the more skilled fighter. I think he's the better schooled. Yeah, so I'm going with him. Let me know what you feel in the comment section below about what Danny Jacobs said here. He's also taking Billy Joe. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think Lemieux's going to do it? Is Lemieux going to knock Billy Joe out? Maybe. Let me know in the comment section, people. It's happening. I'm out.